keep making sure he does the needful, at least making people feel a little bit comfortable in their domain. With me to have all these discussions in the studio, of course, I have Mercy and, of course, the new Okike.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, and we also have our well-meaning Nigerians on Zoom who, of course, will be having this very conversation with. So, wherever you are right now, do like and join. Let's start with the protest that is happening currently originating from the north as they are destroying placards of APC in Kaduna. Some people also cited some of these things happening somewhere in Kanu, and we see that enough is enough. People are just no longer taking it. But of course, we don't want violence protests in Nigeria. We want peaceful protest in Nigeria, but at the same time, the government is not giving. They are not opening their doors. So like Senator Ndume noted that the World Food Program has warned that 82 million Nigerians are likely to face food insecurity in the next 5 years. Ndume said that the aim of the motion that he brought before the House was to draw the government's attention to the severity of the food crisis affecting many Nigerians, especially the North. He expressed concern that if the government does not take urgent action, the situation could lead to famine and starvation in the land, especially among children. Example, Katsina State, where children are already suffering from malnutrition due to food scarcity, and that is the former president's state. He said that we have seen how it happened in Niger Republic, South Sudan, where children are dying due to hunger, and we are starting to see it in Nigeria. That is coming from Senator Ndume. So let's get back to the studio now and start with Mercy. Mercy, I know, notwithstanding that you seem taken aback, but the protest that is happening up north, I think maybe we would not have expected violence. Of course, we don't condone it, but at the same time, I think the people are just exercising their right to protest, but destroying, what do they call it, the APC billboards in the state will not really solve the problem, but rather is to make sure that their numbers come out to show the government that they are actually hungry or something, but not to destroy properties.
Good evening, my fellow Obedients worldwide. Welcome to this show. Yes, I would encourage my fellow Nigerians that we should indulge in peaceful protest as it's a powerful tool for change. All right, because with protesting in violence and it's not going to actually solve any problem. Rather, it might even lead to us killing ourselves. It's for people to actually come out in their numbers to express their grievance, but not destruction of billboard, because destruction of billboard will really not solve anything at all. Yeah, destruction of billboard and other properties will solve nothing. The only thing that can bring change is us coming in our numbers. Call your friends, call your neighbors, all of us, we come out together with one mind and no sentiments in order to make our intentions known to the
make
government.
Your intentions known.
Yeah.
Quickly, Okike, very looking so radiant today. Tell me your own take on this, because as he's coming from the north, some people said, oh, it's the north that actually voted Chief Bola Tinubu, but at the same time, the northerners are saying, no, it is not, because Tinubu did not ask anybody to actually vote for him, you understand? And of course, we know what happened in 2023. So, but let's get to the point. The point is, there are this end bad governance protest that is erupting in different parts. People come out today, go home tomorrow. I really don't think that is the right approach to a peaceful protest. A peaceful protest is where a large number of people come, express, if they have a written form, submit their letter of demand, if it's to end the bad governance, tell them what the bad governance is spelled out of, but in the numbers to show that Nigerians in their numbers do not want this kind of government, but not to destroy billboards, and all that.
Well, protests in Nigeria is long overdue. and it's a matter of time people come out in their numbers to protest. But destroying properties is very avoidable. We can just come out in our numbers to show the government that we are not happy with how things are going and the way things are going. And the government can hear us if we come out in our numbers and be consistent to mount pressure on them to do the right thing. Even if the North voted Tinubu, it's well within their constitutional right to remove him. We vote him, we don't want him. He's doing something we don't like.
They have the right to tell him to resign. They have the right to tell him that this thing is going wrong and this is going right and all of that. You know, they have the right to come out, like you said.
Yes, it is within their constitutional right to protest. But we will still continue to say that violence is very much avoidable and to not lead to any productive results.
Yeah, I really believe you. That is very, very insightful. You know, having a protest that's a violence that is really avoidable. Okay, let's get our 1 million Nigerians on Zoom to actually choke their mouths into this very issue. But before we get into that, let me also bring this very issue up, the issue of INEC chairman. I keep hammering on INEC chairman, and of course I saw a video of a young man who is also, you know, talking something that I've been saying a long time ago that people have not been paying attention to. It's long overdue for Mahmoud Yakubu to go out from that very INEC, not even as a chairman, get out of the place entirely. There's a young man who, you know, I think what he's saying is what I keep saying every day. Mahmoud Yakubu committed an offense against Nigerians. It is confirmed not just in the Supreme Court of Nigeria, but by every sensibilities that Mahmoud Yakubu has nobody has even probed him. But before I get to our people who will choke their mouth on this and other things, let's also hear how this man, you know, broke these things down again for us to understand why Mahmoud Yakubu should not be conducting election for Edo State that is going to happen in a few months' time. Not to handle election in Ondo or Anambra that is coming for next year. He is not fit to be the chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission. Let's take a listen to that. We'll come back and then we'll continue our conversation.
About government being sincere. 2023, INEC received 313 billion from the federal government to conduct an election.
Yes. For over 200
no, not for 200 million people is our general population. The voting bloc, in fact, the entire people who voted in that election were not up to 25 million.
Yes.
Because the person who won that election won with about 8 million votes.
Yes.
Now, INEC said out of this 313 million, we are keeping aside 117 billion, for the electronic technology that will be used for that election, the beavers and the electronic transmission of results. Now, somehow, INEC was even invited by the National Assembly, and INEC told the National Assembly, look, the National Assembly, the then rep speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, who is chief of staff now, said, do we have enough broadband to power this electronic transmission of results? They called NCC and all of that. INEC said, look, we are not telling you to approve, give us a law on something we have not already tried. We have done it in off-season selection in Edo and Ondo. We are only telling you to enact a bill to support what we are already doing. Now, fast forward, that bill was passed with a loophole that gave INEC the choice of choosing how to transmit those results. And now, INEC, on the same election day, both presidential and National Assembly, somehow the National Assembly results were transmitted in real time and the presidency was not. And the INEC chairman came out and told Nigerians gleefully that, look, we had a glitch. And that is why these results were not transmitted electronically. Icon. If we had leaders who are sincere in purpose and who really want the best for the country, even if it were not your party person who took over the reins of power from Buhari, committing 313 billion naira of taxpayer money to a person to carry out one assignment, and on the day of implementing it, it failed because you had a glitch. Icon, at the barest minimum, there should be an independent audit of that system. Somebody should look at it and say, Mr. Chairman, you should not have a glitch. There should be a back-end support for that system. if truly you were interested in exercising or carrying out free, fair, and credible elections. But do you notice that somehow there is no talk about that? And today, as we are talking, the same person who had a glitch is still the INEC national chairman. Once you do not have sincerity of purpose on the part of the leaders, you would never, we will continue to merry-go-round and masquerade around this. They say, oh, we are doing coastal highway, we are doing this. We are supposed to be a democracy. We must have electoral reforms. Do you want to continue having elections where people are physically assaulted on election days? Is that what we are talking about in democracy?
Let's touch light what happened in the United States.
The question we will ask is, why are Nigerian politicians afraid of free and fair elections? We came close to it. There was an improvement from 2011 to 2015. Why was there no improvement between 2015 and 2023? Everything that we see and appreciate or celebrate in other parts of the world is outrightly possible in Nigeria. The day Nigerians together realize that the current political class, and in particular INEC, is the weapon fashioned against Nigeria, and we come together and ensure that this weapon does not prosper, the better for us, because what we are only rehearsing for is a replay of 2023 in 2027, which will now be on steroids if we allow them to go up. Ahead.
Professor Wale, any of them want to hear from you. What would be your word of hope to Nigerians?
Do not give up on Nigeria. We cannot all run out of this country. Great nations are nations that were built by resilient people who, in spite of all the challenges, were determined to make a difference. It is possible. It is difficult, but it can be done. We must occupy our office of the citizens. We must continue to hold government accountable and ensure that...
So as we have heard, INEC is our problem. So even when we are talking about bad government protest, and we are talking about hardship protest, and we're talking about everything, the problem still boils down to what INEC did last year. So that's where the problem all started. But nobody is talking about that. What we keep talking about is a pocket of protest. Some people come out today, go back tomorrow, come out today, come out tomorrow. That is not going to solve it. Have we demanded that the INEC chairman be sacked? Have we demanded come out on the street, no violence, just protesting that he should go? Now, if somebody else comes, we say, will he be better? But then we will demand for other things, which has to do with the electoral reforms that must make that very thing happen for 2027. If not, like the young man said, it's going to be a repeat. Let me just end it there for me and go straight to our own people on Zoom to get their own opinion on this. So let me start our Lord Kingsley. Let me ask Lord Kingsley, as the North are mobilizing for this bad government protest, do you think that is sustainable? And is there a way to prevent the escalation of destruction of some things? Because I can see from the video that is in circulation that they have started destroying APC billboard and all of that. Like Okike said here, that it is avoidable, that we could protest, send our message in, and still get the job done. And of course, please touch on the issue of the INEC that this young man just spoke about, so that we can go to other things. Lord K.
Good evening, fellow Obedients around the world, and everyone in the studio and the Zoom platform as well. Well, I am not of the opinion that anything APC should not be destroyed. They should be grinded. They should be grinded. Because when stupidity meets intelligence, there must be a difference. A professor cannot be under an illiterate. Now, Einstein, that's one of the top mathematician in the world. He said one thing, that you cannot keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. In the sense that we cannot keep rolling on APC, rolling on PDP, rolling on APC and PDP, and expect the economy to change. It will not happen. because they have a set mind. Einstein defined that rotation as insanity. Insanity. Repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. It has to change. And the change has to start by taking everything about APC out of the streets. So those boys in Kanu doing what they are doing right now, if I could, I would send them some money to, feed them on the road there to carry the duty out fully. The senator, Idume, that came up to start making noise that, they cannot access Tinubu now, they cannot reach him, he has shut his door. Where have you been all this while? What have you been doing all this while? All the monies you've received in Senate, what have you done with it? What have you done with the people that actually voted you into that office? Because now you're seeing tension. You know that, yes, your mind is telling you that something is going to happen to you. Something's going to happen to all of you in that Senate, all of you in that assembly. You've seen what's happened in Kenya. Now the fear of God is coming into you. Now you want to pretend as if you are for the public. Shame on you. Shame on you. You will get the rot of the storm. You will get it. Regardless of wherever you want to defend or how you want to go about it now, it's too late for you. It's too late for you. Don't come out trying to defend the public or be on the side of the public. No. Where have you been all this while? You were there when they passed the bill to pay 19 billion to go to Mecca. You were there when they passed 40 billion to build the vice president's house. You were there when they passed the bill to bring up livestock ministry. Now you're pretending as if it's all a new story. People are dying in your constituency, are dying in your state, dying all over Nigeria because there is nothing, there's no food, there is no amenities for these guys to live on. Now you're pretending to say, you cannot reach the president. Is it now you want to reach the president? I call all that fake news. I call all that voicemail news. You will get the rot when it gets to your turn. INEC chairman himself, Mahmoud.
Before you get to the INEC chairman stuff, I want to bring to you about a police wireless message that has gone viral. Talking about the end. There's an order and directives of nationwide protest. They call it End Bad Government in Nigeria 2024. They said information reaching mine revealed that some unidentified groups are mobilizing for mass protest nationwide from 1 to 10th August 2024. Find attached handbill for details of their movements. And that is a directive that is coming from police, mobilizing police nationwide. And of course, the person who sent this thing in from Pidon, Nigeria, said that he's advising people planning the End Bad Government in Nigeria 2024 protest to be informed that the Nigerian police is planning something bad for them. He said that no form of protest must be allowed during this period. That is what the police secret signal said. Well, they have distributed this. It's on the screen right now, and they are now telling all their policemen everywhere, because this is a leaked a wireless message to all police posts nationwide in Nigeria about this end protest, end bad government protest. So the police even knew that there is such. I don't know. We here don't even know that there is such massive thing coming in. But we got this very thing and we are projecting it for people to see. It's coming from Nigerian police, according to the people who send it in. So if people wants to do a peaceful protest, must police be mobilized to, to shoot or to deal with innocent people who want to protect the hardship or the bad governance that is happening in Nigeria?
Yes, I was going to talk about this as well, but let me go straight into it right now. I mean, I want to ask one question. Do the police, the army, the Air Force, or the vigilante, do they have a different market that they go to buy their gari and rice and beans and all other things? Do they have a different markets? If they don't have a different markets, I believe this should be the time that they should back the public. This should be the time they should encourage peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Because, yes, we don't want things to be destroyed because the taxpayers' money is going to be used again to rebuild those facilities. We don't want anything destroyed. But the police should not be out there with their guns, tear gas, or water cannons to fire anybody. No way. No way. Because the police, the army, or whatever they are all in the same economic quagmire right now. If they were to be serving a true government, will this not be the time where maybe the chief of the police or the head of the police will actually walk to the president himself and say, look, the country has a problem. This is what is actually happening. This is what the protest is coming up. What can we do to stop this? Instead, they are planning on how they want to, organize the soldiers, the police from all over the country to arm themselves to shoot at sight or kill anybody. Well, your bullets are only limited. You, the shooter, you, the police officer that wants to go and shoot somebody, you are just one. You can only kill maximum about 10. If they rush you, you'll be destroyed like a dog. You'll be destroyed like a dog.
But their account has been paid.
Yes, because they have received dollars, and that is why none of the ministers can actually reach Tinubu right now. Because he wants to repeat what he did during the NSAS. He wants to repeat the same thing. So, this is a strong warning to the police and to the army or whomsoever he's sending out there. Even you boys that will be paid to go and trigger the protest, to go and disrupt the protest, be very, very mindful of your acts, because you are one of the ones singing I think they say a big power. You are one of them singing it. You are hungry. You are starving. But now somebody is coming out to release your case. You are saying, oh, because they are going to pay you maybe 5,000 or 10,000 naira, you will go and disrupt the protest.
What I think the police should join a peaceful protest and provide water and food to the people who are protesting, because they are not buying gari differently. Like you said, they are not buying anything differently, and the government is not providing for their families. They are the ones who are providing, and I believe that their salaries can definitely not take care of their family, not talk less of paying the school fees of their wards. But anyway,
absolutely.
Let's look at your thoughts on the INEC issue.
1 minute, sir. You remember the last, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, when a police officer in Lagos was actually displaying where they were sleeping and how they were living in Lagos.
This, notwithstanding that the issue of INEC chairman is still pending, but let's get to Kinu. Kinu, please do address this issue, and of course, your opinion on the INEC chairman and this very protest, especially the fact that the police, having mobilized their men nationwide, should be mindful that the citizens have their rights to protest without being violent. Kinu.
Good evening, studio panelists and fellow panelists on the Zoom. Good day, listeners across the world. It's really surprising that we are in this situation. The question I will ask is, the policemen that are being sent to do this job, are they faring better? And of course, the answer is obvious. No, they are not faring better. Like Lord K rightly pointed out, last week we saw a video of a Mopol who complained about their living condition somewhere in Bejuleki area. Now, my appeal is that all the policemen, rank and file, who are always sent to do this job, this is the time for them to unite with Nigerians for a better nation. If we truly seek a better nation, the policemen that are going to be sent out, the security agencies that are being put on red alert to frustrate and stop the protest, peaceful protest from happening. Because looking into that signal, they have been mandated to storm the street and ensure that this protest doesn't happen. Clamp down on all the people who are in charge, who are coordinating this protest. Now, I want to ask the police, for the sake of their children, for the sake of their families that are suffering, they should unite with Nigerians and ensure that we fight for a better nation. We fight for our freedom. Nigeria has been captured, and the only way we can recover and restore back sanity is for mass and peaceful protests by every Nigerian, because we are all going through the effect of this bad governance. We are all going through the effect of this corruption that is going on everywhere in this country. That's about that. Then on the issue of INEC, it's really, really sad that the corrupt, we are expecting a better outcome from a corrupt agency. Like our principal have always said, you cannot go through a faulty system to now expect something better and a better outcome. You see, because all the INEC officials, almost all of them are corrupt. You can't find very few of them. The few of them that have been noticed to have been stand on their integrity have been shown the way out, even when it was obvious that they could have been returned for maybe a second tenure. They were not, because they knew that with such people around them, they wouldn't be able to perpetrate all this evil. Take an example of that man that was in Mike Igini. I think he was his last position was either in Benin or Akwa Ibom rather. He was in Akwa Ibom. Take a look at such a man who had such integrity and impeccable character. They won't allow, they will never renew his tenure, but they will renew the tenure of those questionable officials, like the Adamawa Rec, who is under who's been charged.
They say they are searching for him.
Yeah, oh, they are searching for him now. You
They
can
are
imagine
still searching
that.
for him.
And don't be surprised that such men will be retained in the agency, in INEC, because they are the ones they can use to carry out their corrupt practices. So the question is Mahmoud Yakub qualified to be on that seat? The answer is capital no.
No.
No. Because that man has shown corrupt tendency. I've never trusted him anywhere as a person. Even when he went to Chatham House to make those statements, I never believed him. Because you could see a man from his special outlook that is telling you the truth. You could see it. The man that is telling you lies, you could see it. So it's so funny. You know, just yesterday, let me just buttress back. Just yesterday, the man who brought APC back to government was settled yesterday. He's the co-chair of the new ministry. So he's co-chairing that ministry with the president himself. So what does that, Atahiru Jeka, what does that tell you? So these guys they are all going to be settled one way or the other. So this is where we are, and we have men who lacks character, men who lacks integrity. They are being sent to INEC to go and oversee election that will never come out credible, will never come out transparent, will never come out free and fair. So this is where we are. And we also need to put pressure on such men to be removed from the system. And as a matter of fact, we need, like that speaker said, there need to be an overhaul of INEC. Otherwise, we can never have a better election in this country. We can't have a free, fair, and credible election in this country that we can put our hand in our chest and say, yes, this is truly free, fair, and transparent election. We all saw what happened in Britain. Election was finished within 24 hours.
Power changeover under 48 hours.
Power transferred over within 24 hours.
Yes, yes.
Without blemish, without any manner of
rancor,
accusation or rancor. That is how election should be carried out. And I only hope that we can have such an election in this country. And we can have it with Jega, with Mahmoud pretending over that is such election.
No. So
we need to clean INEC. And then the power to appoint INEC officials should not reside on the president.
No.
The National Assembly, this is what they should be doing. But because they are all beneficiaries of this criminality, they will not do it. They will close their eye to it. So that is about that. And then for the protest going on.
Mr. Kinney, just before you go out of that INEC issue, I mean, because of this rascality, that was why Tinubu himself came out to say, as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he's going to deliver those states to APC.
Yes, because he knows the umpires are all under his payroll.
Exactly, they're all under his payroll.
So he can brag about that in his language. He said he's bragging. He can brag about that because he knows they are in his payroll, and whatever he tells them to do, they will overdo it.
They should be ashamed of themselves. They have no integrity.
They don't know the meaning of
that. Let me interject for a moment, Mr. Bassi. You know, the level of corruption in Nigeria is so much that it's very obvious that they no longer care. You take the case of the former governor of Kanu State, Ganduje, Gandola, the issue of that very dollar swept on one side. There was no proof.
It's been suppressed.
The amount of money, the humongous amount of money given to INEC chairman to conduct election that was flawed, just like we're talking about it right now. They have started citing about 400 beavers that has been destroyed by rain, flood, or stuff like that, giving excuses of what they are going to use already. So, just like Lord K mentioned, Edo is already on the prime for them to take it away and give it to APC. But then it depends on the people, how the people want to react and all of that. There is a heated argument even with one Tinubu's Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy, in the House of Reps, Senate Committee. Yes. And if you hear what is the accusation that are coming out there, not that the people who are accusing or the accused are innocent of all, they are one in all. And when you see them hammering those accusations, just like EFCC does, you might think that they are innocent, but they are simply trying to see what will come to them from that same person. Let's take a listen to that before we finish up on this. Let's take a listen to what transpired between the Tinubu's minister accused of corruption, embezzlement, and what her reaction with the reps. Let's take a listen.
For 2023, from the Accountant General's office, was it released to the account of the Ministry of Women Affairs? Yes or no?
Honorable Minister and your team, Mr. DFA, I'm at a loss because fortunately I attended the last meeting, and one of the reasons why we took you on oath was to get the truth from you, and today you have deviated. You have deviated because you did say, yes, there was release of money and you take instruction from principal. And there and then, I confronted permanent secretary. He said he was not in the known. And I still making my statement that you are running the ministry with your minister. Both of you will be Please don't interrupt, honorable member. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt, honorable member. Please let her finish. I am not saying to anybody. I don't want it. She should withdraw that statement she said about me. Honorable minister, calm down. Honorable minister, calm down. Repeating what I said. I confronted the permanent secretary and the DFA last week Thursday. I'm still alive talking. You did say it's what they approved to you. I said, Mr. Pamsek, what happened? You are not in the known. I said, look, I was twice commissioner in my state, and the accounting officer is the permanent secretary. Please, you people should work with the permanent secretary. Didn't I say so, Mr. DFA? I am still saying it because from the revelations, what's coming out is one-man show. One-man show you people are doing, two-man show.
Can I talk to you?
We will call you when you have to call. Just calm down. Don't worry, you will talk. You will have your time. You will have your time. Honorable Minister, you will have your time. You will have your time. Yes.
No fairness here. It's a trap. It's a trap, but I'm not going to jump into it.
Thank you, Chairperson.
I will not jump into the trap.
Please, Honorable Minister,
I fear nothing. I've stolen nothing.
Honorable Minister, you will have your time to talk.
Tampered with anything. That's why I don't fear anybody. I'm not
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister.
Honorable Minister, we are working with records. We are working with records. We are working with records.
On the issue of the contract, even the ones given while I was there, they have not been paid. Yes, they have not been paid. So there is no partiality here except that we are underfunded. We don't have money. They have not been paid. That's why we moved the ongoing project to this year's budget so that they will be able to pay them.
That is the House of Reps in heated argument with Tinubu's Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy. As you see them talking all about this corruption here, trying to unveil this and that, they are all one and the same. Both the ones from the House of Rep and the people from the side of that very minister, they are one of the same. You can see they're saying you are running a one-man show. So they want it to be a 3 or a 4-man show so that they will get their own slice of the cake. So this very government is full of corrupt people, even the people in the legislature, because it's not getting across to the people at their constituencies. They are not protecting the rights of the Nigerian people who send them to the Senate and to the House of Reps. Mr. Bassi, you have the mic.
Incidentally, that was a video I watched before the commencement of this program. It's very disheartening that we are having this in a country. And for the minister, I've never really believed that that woman is even supposed to be a minister, because her manner of her temperament is questionable. And the people that are also investigating her, you could see that there is no sincerity in what they are doing, because what they are trying to do is to witch hunt her to ensure that she bowed to their own demand and pressure, so that they can all share the money, and then everybody will go home smiling. That is what they are trying to do. Nigerians should not be deceived by such video, because we know these people, they don't have the heart of a common Nigerian. They don't have the heart of an average Nigerian in their whatever they are doing. They are only out to ensure that they enrich their pocket and their families, make sure they live good life, live extravagant lifestyle, and then the common man in the street will be the one suffering. That is that about that. And I'm not surprised that that show of shame is happening. So as for Ndume incidentally happens to be the longest serving National Assembly member. He is as old as democracy, the Fourth Republic. So he's been in from House of Representatives, now is Senate. He's like a landlord of the National Assembly. And I have not seen anything good he has done in his community. And these are people who are excited that Boko Haram is ravaging their community so that they can continue to be in the National Assembly. They know
All right, seems that we lost signal to the people on Zoom.
They are very, the man is very selfish, just like his own colleagues there. They are only after about themselves. If the man truly feels that he wants to see the president, they know how to see the president if they want to see the president. It's not about coming to the BBC Hausa service to come and make that this is to make it look good as if they are working for the Nigerians, but they are not working for the Nigerians. No for Kaduna, I would want to use this opportunity to appeal to every protester to make this protest a peaceful one. We don't need to go about destroying our national assets, be it APC, PDP, because once you destroy, you are only empowering them to steal more, so that they can replace those things. So let us go about and occupy the nation. We can do this thing peacefully without destroying any property, life and property. That is my take on this. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. Let's quickly take Mr. Tony Orji. If you can unmute and please just make your contribution quickly as our time is running very fast.
Yeah, thank you very much. And listeners, thank you for joining in. Nigeria is a basket case. One is just dumbfounded on where to start on issues concerning Nigeria. The protest, I think, is a test case. I think people are trying to test to see what will happen. I think the big one is coming. Whether it's August, the one they're playing on August, or later, is coming. And when it comes, the police will not be able to control it. The fact of the matter is, I think it should be a peaceful protest. We should not go about destroying properties. And most of these properties are owned by individuals, small businesses. When you destroy the properties of small businessmen and women, it hurts them. It hurts them badly because nowadays, in the current situation of the country, it's going to be difficult for them to raise enough money to restart the business. So let us take it easy when we demonstrate. And one of the things I see is that the Kaduna protest, I don't see it having a leader. Protests need organizers to make sure that it's conducted.
Their demands are made known.
Yeah, demands are made known, sometimes in a written format. You address it to either the state house of assembly or the governor or the minister, and say transmit it to National Assembly or to the president. That's more effective than destroying things.
Okay, Tony, thank you. The issues are so many, and of course our time are really very, very short, and we still Elder Obode who we need to get in here. And you please round up.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, thank you very much, Tony Oji, joining us from Enugu. Let's get Elder Statesman. Elder Statesman, please give us your opinion. Our time is really running so fast today. I don't know why. Maybe because Nigeria is just in such a quagmire. So please, Elder Obode, please unmute and give us your own opinion on this subject we have. Quickly, please.
Yeah, very quickly. Good evening, everybody. In fact, I'll just go straight to Yakubu, Mahmoud Yakubu. This is the guy that overthrew the Nigerian constitution, and he's still in position in office. How do we explain that? Mahmoud Yakubu overthrew the Nigerian constitution, and he's still in office. Why? Why is he not in prison? In fact, he should face, what do you call it? Extermination. But he's still, one of the big boys, in the country. So sometimes I despair, because the only reason, I'm still talking about Nigeria is because I love Nigeria. And I love the people.
Yeah, we need to continue talking about that. We can't lose hope. We need to give hope, and that's why we are on Hope Alive.
Yes, of course. So that's the main reason. But we have to keep being hopeful. But being hopeful is not good enough. We have to take action. We have to go out and protest, peacefully. But you find that these people, they don't do peaceful. That's why they are beginning to to energize the police. But the police, you find that the police they are not that versed, well versed, in what is going on. You don't kill people. Your job is to protect life and property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Elder,
you.
Elder, I want to ask.
Thank you, Elder Statesman. Let me quickly get to Mr. Kali, who just joined us quickly. I want to bring this issue of Ndume, who is saying that Tinubu has shut his doors and even some ministers can't see him. Mr. Actually may demand to see Tinubu today, and Tinubu is available, he will see him. That's one. And do you also think that the escalation of this very leaked wireless memo that is going out, signal going out to all the police, that there's going to be end bad government protest in Nigeria in August? Do you think that the police shouldn't assist the masses in this protest, or you think that the police should go about, not joining at all? What are your thoughts on this?
If you want, I could take that question. Because I don't think Mr. Kali is here with us now. He dropped out. So for the police to do things orderly, I will plead with them to take the reasonable path, to take the reasonable action. Take reasonable action by joining hands to encourage a peaceful protest. Encourage a peaceful protest, like what was done in Kanu or Kaduna a couple of months ago. Because your action then played that protest to the very minimum. There are things you could do, like you did before, share water to those protesting, guide them, not shoot them, not harass them. So these are things you should do with common sense. Common sense. Thank you very much.
Obedience who have joined us on Zoom, thank you so much. Let's quickly come back to the studio now, and of course, Okike, quickly let's just round this up here. We believe that if there's going to be an end bad governance, is there bad governance in Nigeria? Yes. Should there be a protest for bad governance? Yes, there should be. Now, should it be peaceful? Yes, again, there should be peaceful, and Nigerians can actually do it. Your final words.
Nigerians is within our constitutional rights to protest, but it's also very right that we do it the right way, the way without violence, the peaceful way, so that these people have to listen to us without saying, oh, they are going about doing things, they are chaotic. It will not give a productive result if they mistake our protests for crimes or going out in the street and causing problems.
So let it be planned in a way that goes according to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let's have your final mercy.
And not just a peaceful protest. I would say that it should be united. You know, everybody should come together.
Massively.
Yeah, massively, because that is when we can actually achieve something. Because when we don't come together, then they will be divided.
And if they choose not for protest, they could actually do a sit-at-home. That has been happening in several eastern states. Well, that is as much as we can take today. Thank you, everybody who has been with us. And of course, until tomorrow when we come your way again. Bye for now.